Oh boy. Alright, alright. We're back. We are so back. Um, no, don't mute it. Let me adjust. Right. I think it's about time I clear my internet search history or something on my computer. Just so it stops being a little bit slow on YouTube. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll just deal with it. Okay, oops. Here we go. Um, I did not work on this at all over the weekend. I was so tired. Part of the reason why, I don't remember if I mentioned this. At the very least, I probably didn't mention it in the posts themselves. But the art shares on the weekend. Part of the reason why I wasn't so interactive with them, as well, aside from just having a horrendous week last week was I opened the store all weekend, so I was up at before 5 both days, which was not fun. But here we are. I am well rested as I'm as well rested as I'll ever be. I am back I am determined to get art done this week. Hey Kira, welcome. Um yeah, I'm excited. Part of me is also considering maybe getting well, actually, let me try something real quick. If I turn this way, you guys don't mind, right? Because there is a point to be made about me being a little shrimp up here whenever I'm working on stuff. Let's see. Bring this out. Oh. Yeah, that's actually kind of nice. Um, this might be better. This might be a little better. Just have to get used to it. Yeah, this works. Just to spare my back a little bit. But it is definitely a little strange. Let me see if I can adjust this. I just have a little table easel. I usually save it for when I practice the dip pen inking and everything. But this might be good too. This might be a good solution to me not having horrendous posture during stream. Here we go. Actually want there to be more curve down there. We'll just have that meet up. Let's see, what has been happening over the past couple of days? I finally finished that stealth mission one-shot for the store, which is nice. And I'm glad that my players were okay skipping the combat encounter, because we were cutting it a little close to a closing time at the store, and I was like, ooh, I don't have time for them to fight a bunch of bees. But it went pretty well. It was a lot of roleplay and banter, which is always really fun to see, actually. Because that's one of my favorite things about D&D. Combat is fun, but role-playing with the other players is also insanely is also just really, really funny. Oh no, that's my eraser. And bring that about... On Saturday, I met up with some friends, which was really nice. Arguably a really good, turn for the week, considering how the week itself had gone. But I had a lot of fun. It was really funny, because we decided to go to this cafe that's in the same plaza as the Carl's that I work at. And, in my head, I swear that place usually has, pretty good AC, so I wasn't too worried. And then we stepped inside, and I was just thinking in my head I could have sworn or this place had AC. It was so warm over the weekend. It's cooling down right now, actually, which is really nice. and I'm very thankful for, because I'm not looking forward to streaming in the summer. I'm not gonna have like a whole like summer hiatus thing. I think that would be ridiculous, but it's just a little bit daunting to think about right now. I really do wish that we could just get the AC fixed here. But I don't think that's happening. Yeah. And then, of course, silly internet being silly as always. I've been enjoying like the gorilla versus 100 men debate, because that is hilarious. I personally, I don't understand how people can side with the gorilla, just because like I think a lot of people don't understand how much 100 actually is. And for context, or I guess to better put it, I can't show you guys my marching band, because that will just straight up dox my location. But I can give this story. Band absolutely dominated my high school at the time. There were a lot of us, and when I say a lot of us, I mean we were well over 100 students in marching band and band combined. Like, I don't remember how much it is. I could probably look in the yearbook and take a guess, but it is a lot. It is a lot of bodies. So I just want, like, just to imagine real quick, just an entire parade of 100 people. Like, it is big. It is a very big group. But yeah, I'd show you guys the actual thing. But again, it is a little bit doxing. But we would actually march at Disneyland, which was pretty cool. That was always like a fundraiser goal that we would have at the beginning of every single school year. And the thing with the Disney band, or when we did the Disney parade, we wouldn't separate into like our junior varsity or varsity groups. It would literally just be like, I always called it the mega band, because that's kind of what it was. Honestly, I bet I could just like pull up a still from the video just to like show it off. But, yeah, no, the band at school was like huge. So all of that to say, when you look at how much 300 or 100 people is, like how big 100 people is, the gorilla is unfortunately not winning. And then I saw an even funnier video today talking about like, okay, well, is there an animal who can win against 100 people? And I absolutely agree with this take. Hippos. Hippos are hilariously aggressive and tanky, and they're terrifying. One of the videos that is, this is like kind of weird because it like completely falls out of my major and like everything. But I love like sort of like zoology videos, so there's always like tons of like animal facts like popping up everywhere in my YouTube feed. And for those who don't know, hippos are probably one of the animals that take like that has like the highest body count of the entire animal kingdom, excluding humans, obviously. But hippos are actually insane and cracked. I feel like a lot of people are always like, oh, well, it's like an herbivore, it's a prey animal, can't be that dangerous. I'd argue that makes them more dangerous, actually. Because I think what a lot of people don't realize is that animals, to avoid getting eaten, usually have defense mechanisms. So, like, even a deer. Oh, Dumakan Art. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I've been, like, looking over here because, actually, let me see. I can turn my camera more this way, so that way, it's a little more focused on my face. Um, thank you. But anyways, what a lot of people don't realize is that prey animals don't want to get eaten, so a lot of them do end up, like, evolving some sort of defense mechanism, which is hilarious. And it could be anything. Like, again, even like, how do I personally think elephants could take on 100 people? Oh yeah, elephants can also take on like 100 people. They have their hide is insanely thick and everything. I think but the big thing about hippos is that hippos will do it. Elephants, I think, are a little bit more docile and intelligent, for that matter, and yes, they can, but I think hippos is just like, they're already trying to do it at this point. Now if the men, I feel like in order to make the fight between like 100 men and the hippo like more fair, I feel like that's like one of the few instances where you have to make it, like, the men have to be armed. Like, there's no question about that. Maybe whales? Yeah, I could see that, actually. Whales, just because, like, that would be on their own turf. Oh my god, welcome! 5 viewers! Hello! Let's see, I think that's looking pretty good. I'm willing to merge that down real quick. Then, let me go grab Morgan's ref sheet. Yeah, Animal Facts bring all the viewers. Look, I just really enjoy it a lot. Again, most of my feed is just, like, zoology stuff. And, like, I'm not a zoology major. In fact, I'm computer science. I just really enjoy it at the end of the day, which I think is fun. Yeah, why don't I just... I can, like, leave all those on. I have my color palette all the way down there. Anyways, my favorite animal? That's actually a really tough question. If you'd asked me when I was a kid, oh, there's a line there I didn't do. I'll get that in a moment. If you had asked me that when I was a kid, I would have automatically said cats. But I'm honestly, way more divided between, like, literally every single animal on the planet, because they're all, like, really cool. I will say this, I have pretty bad arachnophobia. I do tend to, like, freak out a little bit if there's spiders nearby, but I love spiders. Oh, Kira, I know you love cats. I would have been, like, surprised if you didn't say cats. I am a bit of an arachnophobe, which is kind of funny. But I love spiders to death. I think they're insanely cool. Yeah, exactly. It's just like, I need to admire them from a safe distance. But all of that being said, one time Clive had a project. I think he actually took zoology in high school. But he had kind of procrastinated on it. Point being, he was studying trapdoor spiders because trapdoor spiders are hilarious. And I made this little guy. He's a very, like, plushy little baby. I have, like, black beads for the eyes. These are, like, leather punchers for the fangs, because I wasn't sure how I was going to do that, and then just pipe cleaners for the legs. But he's very cute. And I remember, like, demanding to Clive, like, you are going to bring this back to me after your project is done, because I'm not letting it go. My favorite spider is netcaster spiders. Oh, like, that's like an ogre spider, right? I feel like that's like the first thing that comes to mind. If not, it's the orb weaver that has the spit lasso. Spider. Yeah, ogre spiders. Ah, these are funny. I love how angry they look. like, why do they have eyebrows? Like, low-key. Oh, man. I like how there's a Magic the Gathering card here. It looks like it's in... I don't want to say Russian because I don't actually know what Russian looks like, but that is like my... Yeah, no, maybe that's... point being, I should stop looking at these, oh god. Yeah, I love peacock spiders too, actually. I think peacock spiders are insanely cute. I also really just like jumping spiders in general. Speaking of, I was trying to tell my friend on Sunday about a jumping spider that I saw once. This was when we were at the DMV. I think we were getting Johnny's permit or something, because I took my license test in a different city. Let me put the hair in first. I told myself I would get far enough on stream today where I just have to like render tonight. If I keep getting distracted by like spider stuff, I'm going to that I can guarantee that promise will not be fulfilled. Bring that down to 10. Let me fill in the eyes here real quick, and then I'll show you. I'll see if I can find the spider on Google Photos. Because well, for one, I was like terrified of it at first because it just appeared out of nowhere, and then two, immediately after like I got over the fear, it was just like, that is such a cool spider. Very pretty one too. Okay. Peacock spiders and jumping spiders are very cute, but so mainstream now. Yeah, a bit. No, am I being a distraction? No, that's exactly what chat is supposed to be for. Don't worry about it. I'd be distracting myself here all the time anyways. When did I get my license? June 2022, I think. Fun fact, when I got my license, about 2 weeks after I had gotten my license, my catalytic got stolen. And I just didn't have a car for like the entirety of summer. And we only got it back, I think, when I had to go back to school. I was upset. Hang on, I think this is post driving test. Let me scroll down a bit more. Yes, here it is. Do I have any good pictures of its face? That's probably a video. Oh man. These are not as, So what's this art I'm doing? Me and a friend of the channel, Biba, were joking around one night while I was on stream about making like rivals with benefits characters because we thought that would be a hilarious trope. So I'm doing like a little versus poster and everything. Let me just turn this on real quick. Spider warning in a bit. There we go. You can kind of see it here. He's got like these, he had like these, it was black and white and fuzzy, and it had like these really like nice fangs. I can try playing this. But yeah, super cool. Adorable, I know. I wish this was like better quality because this was a really cool spider. And he was just like right there on the car, which was neat. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Anyways, that's a bold jumping spider. Yeah, very, very cute. Very, very cute little guy. Yeah, I like jumping spiders a lot. They're maybe one of the only spiders I'm not scared of. Just because I know that their eyesight is like good enough to where they can like recognize someone, which is really cool. So it's like, oh, well, I don't have to be like as scared of it because it like recognizes me, if that makes sense. Whereas other spiders with worse eyesight will not. Let's see. I just forget about this. You know what's weird? Medibang or Procreate's Studio Pen, which is basically like the equivalent of Medibang's regular pen. Like, it's like fuzzier on the outside. I don't understand why it does that. I have often thought maybe I should get a pet spider, but do I risk them escaping? Yeah, good point. I'm gonna color that in there because I think that'll make sense. Let me see if I can fix these outlines real quick. These little like pixels here are bothering me. Yeah, that's how I feel a bit. Because also my mom would be hilariously upset if I'd come in with like a pet spider one day. That being said, my dad has tried to keep black widows before, and he was successful up until winter. Because I was trying to tell him, Dad, if you want to keep these black widows, you need to, like, bring them inside in the winter. It's gonna be too cold for them. But our mom does not like spiders, like, at all. So he couldn't bring them inside, unfortunately. I think another type of like animal I would love to have. I would love to have can't believe I didn't put that there in the palette. It's okay. I would love to have some sort of reptile. I like a snake or a bearded dragon. I would love that so much. And I say the snake because I think snakes are actually super, super cute. My dad doesn't like them. He thinks that they look like the devil. I'm like, have you actually like taken a really good look at snakes? Because they're adorable. They're so cute. And then I think a bearded dragon would also just be like really fun. Just like have a little guy like to chill. I do like some reptiles. I think reptiles are really cool. I like them a lot. I think the only thing is that, like, we have dogs at home, too. It'd be a little bit hard to have, like, animals like that. I'd like a snake that won't grow big enough to eat me, though. I mean, I don't think you can, like, legally keep a snake that big, right? Like, to be fair, where would you even find that? Like, I don't think it's possible to keep snakes that big. Like, I think, like, especially here in California, there's just, I really don't think, like, that, I really don't think that's legal in the first place. Yeah, I think I would like a ball python. I think those guys would be very fun. I think the only other thing, too, is that I probably don't have the guts to kill, like, the feeder mice for them. And, like, I would, like, kill it first, or kill the mouse first and not let the snake do it, because, when I was in high school, my bio teacher, she had snakes, and she explained that she usually killed the snakes first, because, or she'd killed the mice first, because the mice do tend to fight back, and you don't really want, you know, you don't really want to have to deal with, like, injuries and stuff like that, which is completely fair. Let's see, I think the music stopped. There we go. I have to, like, check that because it's a playlist. I tried to see if there was just a video with, like, all of the soundtracks in, like, one thing, but a lot of them were, like ambient Hollow Knight soundtracks to, like, study to, and I'm like, well, kind of, but, not for stream, I wasn't sure. But it's okay. Let's see. We just need the, thing here, so... do that. Do that. Alright. I'm still not in love with how Morgan looks here, but I'm, like, losing my mind. I was losing my mind already trying to get it exactly right. I should have just given them a bow. Goodbye Frozen Mice. I work with someone who has a python. I also work with someone who is deathly afraid of snakes. The duality is so funny. I mean, yeah, you could do Frozen Mice, but, I don't know why, I just feel like if I had a pet like that, it's like, I think my pet would deserve some, like, fresh food. Also, we're not gonna think about how I completely forgot to put, like, a spot for, like, a crossbow dart. I just didn't see it on the reference when I was looking at it, so it's just not here as well, but we'll pretend. I'll probably, like, tweak it later or something. Yeah, last night it was really funny. It was really funny, or the other night actually. Me and Johnny were staying up downstairs because Johnny had to like work on some projects, and you know, he asked me to stay there, so I did. And yeah, I think this was Sunday night. Yeah, only freshest meat for her make-believe pet snakes. I mean, look, animals deserve better, is all I'm saying. Anyways, so me and Johnny were staying up, and I forget how we got onto the topic of like school or like early schooling and stuff, but we did. And it was really funny because I was explaining to him like, yeah, no, I was completely absolutely stupid as a kid. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, no, like I had like the worst grades in elementary. The teachers were like struggling with me, Dad was struggling with me. And he was just astonished because in his head, Clive was the only one who like really struggled that bad. He thought like both me and him, like our parents didn't have that much issue at all. And I was like, no, no, it's pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Did I did not. That's okay. I can hear Butters barking downstairs. Oh, Butters. That's our border collie. But yeah, no. It was hilarious. I struggled so much with basic subtraction. I couldn't write very well. Like at all. Like the teachers were just like, they were not having it with me. And here's the best part. The reason why Johnny thinks that, like, my parents didn't struggle so much with me in, like, education at all is because in middle school, I did, like, relatively fine, actually. Significantly better than how I did in, elementary. And the funniest thing is that, when I got to elementary, like, the transition from, like, 6th to 7th grade, or middle school, 6th to 7th grade, I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, I should probably, like, be a little bit more serious, or, like, try harder in school, something like that. I effectively told myself, like, okay, time to lock in. I'm just gonna grab the reference for the other character real quick, but I just don't feel like opening Discord on my computer. But it was really funny. Because I just told myself, okay, time to lock in. And suddenly my grades improved. And I'm just like, how? Like, how does that work? Like, you mean I wasn't stupid this entire time? I don't know what was up with that. And I remember, like, it played out like that too, because, in middle school that's when they started doing the AVID program. And when my mom heard about that, she was like, yeah, Kyra, we're enrolling you in that. And I do remember thinking to myself too, like, during, like, the middle school tour, I was also thinking to myself, like, yeah, Mom and Dad are gonna learn about this and I'm not getting out of it one way or another. Something like that. And it was just like, man. I can't think of any, like, other examples right now of how stupid, I was back then, but I can say that it was pretty bad. Which is just really funny to me. Because, again, when I got to middle school, everything was fine. And And then in high school, I maintained like really good grades. College, I maintained the grades that I could because the college courses were a little bit ouchies. But the, all of that being said, for some reason, in elementary, I just could not like work for the life of me. Like I was just so it was sad, that's all I'm saying. There's I remember like there was this one time in kindergarten. Um I think what it was that at the like towards the end of every school day, we would instead go to a different teacher's classroom and do like activities there or something. I don't really remember why, but I remember one of the activities, this one particular instance, they wanted us to like make words out of the word rainbow. So like using the letters in the word rainbow, how many words can you make? And the teacher who was running that activity that day very explicitly stated like you can't use the words rain or bow. So I think what it was like I had some ideas, but because I was sitting more towards the back of the classroom and they were doing like front to back or something like that, every other student was taking born. That's a good one. But yeah, every other student was like taking all the ideas that I already had, and so of course they're like going up on the board and I'm running out of words. Airborne? Yeah, that's actually that too. I think that also no, because that uses two R's, I think. Like, you had to use, like, the same letters in the word rainbow. So by the time they got to me, I was, like, completely lost. Like, I don't know what words to make. I just wanted to get out of there so fast. And the teacher was so mad at me already, and I'm just like, why? But yeah, that was basically elementary for me. I don't know why I was like this. I think the best part of all of this is one day I was like talking to my mom. I know, I'm just stupid. That's basically like a good summation of like my entire thing. I don't understand why I was so stupid. I still am. Like there's no denying that. But like, it's more stupid in like a forgetful kind of way, or like I just won't notice something, than it is like in a like a more educational setting kind of way. I'm good at school now. I just don't want to go back to it. I feel like I should though. I think it'd be good to get some kind of like art education at this point. I just don't know that's gonna go well for me exactly. That's like the one thing. Oops. I also don't know if I have time for it. That's like another thing. I think this kind of stuff is hard for a non-native speaker not struggling with that the first time. I know, because here's the thing, I am a native speaker. That reminds me of another thing. No, I'm a native speaker. English is like my first language, so it's not like this should have been like a very like difficult like thing. Something that is hilarious though, because you just reminded me, in high school, my senior year already. So my senior year, we were getting our transcripts, I think, for colleges to like look at and stuff. And I had never noticed this on my transcript up until this point, which was kind of crazy. For some reason, my transcript said that I was Hispanic/white, and that my first language was Tagalog. And neither of those things are true. I am Filipino, Chinese, American, I guess. So, you know, Asian Pacific Islander. That's what someone should have put there. I am my English is my first language. In fact, I don't speak any other languages fluently. Um, or at the time, I didn't speak any languages fluently. And let me fix the zoom here. So I was just looking at it, and then I remembered back in elementary, they had this program called ELD. Now, I only remembered what it stood for when I saw my transcript telling me that English isn't my first language. And I was like, is that why I got thrown into the English learning department? Because I remember every so often in elementary, I would get pulled out of class, and I would get, like, thrown into a classroom where we do, like relatively easy, like, English assignments, basically. So I was always confused why I was there, and why other students didn't have to do that. And then I look at my transcript in my senior year. My first language is not Tagalog. We don't even speak Tagalog at home. It's Bisaya. It's a different Filipino dialect. So I was just like, huh? Huh? And then it gets worse. For some reason, Johnny is Asian Indian in his transcript. And, his first language, I think they at least got it to be English. But it's still like, huh? And the Clive was the only one that they had it right. Like, Asian Pacific Islander and English is the first language. And it's like, how did that happen? How, like, huh? Like, genuinely, how did that happen? Actually, I think I want this to be a little bit more blue. Not too big of a difference, but it's a good enough difference for me. But yeah, that was that was the funniest revelation in senior year, where I was just like how did things get like messed up this badly? I think a purple sort of like pants will look good here. Gray that down a bit. Yeah, I think purple's good. So, not sure what was going on there, but at least I know why now I got thrown into, like, English learning department. Like, I know I was stupid, but I wasn't, at a certain point, I wasn't that stupid. Because this was happening by, like, 3rd grade already, I think. So, once again, not sure what was going on there, but, oops. And I can't believe it was like that for, like, the entirety of, like, school, too. Because again, I only found out about it my senior year when I took a closer look at my transcript and was like, hang on. Let's see, this should be pretty good. Let me go ahead and save here. Yeah, we'll get to like rendering here, no problem, I think. But yeah. Hilarity has ensued. I'm feeling like a lot better this week too. I will say, I'm still kind of struggling a little bit to eat. It's not as bad as it was last week, but like I'll like eat like breakfast or dinner or something. And I do get full like very easily now, and it's just like, if that happens, I do feel a little bit sick, but you know what? I'll just deal with it. Let's see, and then let's just get a nice basic sort of sheath going. I'm not gonna try super hard with it. I hate when the art programs do that little thing where it's like, oh, you're using a very dark color. We're gonna put like some specks of white where there absolutely should not be any specks of white. Like, what do you mean there are specks of white? make the blade kind of fun. I think I want to keep up with like the aqua sort of like look to it. Let's see. Then I think just to add some warmth back in, we'll take like a color like this. I want it to go down like that. I kind of wish Bibo was here so he could see this, but it is what it is. I was saying that a lot last week, like well, can't do much about stuff at the moment, so we'll just take it as it is. Do I like that? I think like the salmon color is nice. I think I just need to like adjust the shade a little bit. Something more like this, I think. Yeah, and then this does need to be like grayed out a little bit more, I think. Yeah, I think that's good. I like that a lot. Alright, alright. Let's get all of this grouped up real quick. We'll get a background going. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the background actually. Let's see. Well, I think it's only fair that I like kind of like do the same sort of like background from here, right? So we'll just kind of like do our best to sort of recreate it. And then let's see, how do I want to do this? Well, we'll do it like this. Oh my god, that line's not even straight. See, this is why I like drawing on Medibang. Like, I can really make sure lines are straight. Just make sure it's all nice and colored in. And we'll have the other side. I think this should skew a little bit closer to purple. Maybe green, actually. Something more like this. We'll do one with like... Oh, that's a little bit close on the... Okay, it's okay. I'll fix it after. Something like that. And then, I think I just need to... Just have to like put it a little bit darker. Yeah, just so these two colors aren't the same. Just check over here real quick. I'm glad the YouTube playlist hasn't been like doing that really annoying thing where it's like, are you still watching? It's a music playlist. Like, you don't have to ask me if I'm watching. In fact, I'm like listening. I'm still listening, I swear. Okay, and then from here, let's see, I think we're definitely gonna make it like have the darker edges and everything, so I'm gonna have to do this like manually. Medibang does have a tool for it, but it's kind of gonna do like the whole canvas if I try that, so I'm just gonna something like that. Yeah, I'm excited for the Bard sticker. Like I'm gonna pull it up real quick so I can talk about it. I'm very excited. I think what I might do for the loot, actually, I might add like another like sort of darker border just to give it a little bit more depth. I wanted to add the strings. I really, really wanted to add the strings, but the thing is that the stickers are going to be like kind of small, and I feel like that's just going to get like really muddy. Like even this like design right here, I'm like very, very worried about. So like I'll try to like fix it in post after I do like a test print of it. But I'm like so worried about like these little like finer details. Johnny was telling me one day like it's insane how difficult it's kind of insane how difficult sticker designs are, because it's like you want to make them like so like detailed, and then but you don't want to go like too hard on it, because it's like it's gonna be so small. Like, are you even gonna be able to see it? It's just it's a whole thing. And I know personally I'm like worried about like color correcting all of them, because I have no idea how that's going to work. Because I know the way I usually do the color correcting is that I'll go into each individual layer, like where it's too dark, and I'll lighten it up a little bit for printing, right? So it doesn't come out as like a black ink blob on the thing. But the thing is that like the way that I'm going to do it is that there's like a sheet for the stickers, so they're all going to be on one thing, and I'm like, if I put like the CMYK there, is it still going to be fine for printing? And I don't know, because that canvas is probably still going to be like RGB, because if I try to make it CMYK, I might still be like running into issues. No, I don't actually like how that looks. Let me see. I think what we'll do is we'll cover it, right? Like this. Like this. We'll make sure there's like room in there. Then we'll take our ellipse. This is probably what I should have done like to begin with. Yeah, me and another co-worker at the store were also playing through apparently she's also playing through Hollow Knight, and on Saturday we were talking about like which bosses that we thought were really difficult. Both of us struggled so much with Lost Kin, it was kind of crazy. For me, it's like, I know I can... For me, I remember, it's a lot easier when you have Shade Dash, but it's still a really brutal fight at the end of the day, because it just goes so fast. So that was really funny. That was really funny to talk about. And then that co-worker, she had like just moved in to the neighborhood too. And she was talking like, yeah, there's like some parks by my house and everything, and I like to go visit them. Here's one of them. She shows me a Google map, and I'm like, dude, that's my neighborhood. I think I'm just gonna have to like decrease the opacity of that. But yeah, I don't think you guys understand like the insanity that is like being shown like a Google Street View of like the place you live. It was kind of silly. So that was just a really like funny thing that happened on Saturday. Let's see, did the music stop again? I don't like that I have to keep like switching the tab there just to see that if it's working. Very, very annoying. I'm gonna do this on a separate layer. Take this. You know, it's probably better if we actually do something like this, right? Oops. Forgot about that. We'll just take this. Take this. Make it a little darker, actually. I think whatever I'm doing here might actually end up being a little bit better. Yeah, so we'll do like the same thing here. Just bring this down. Oh well. actually desaturate that. Just to keep that in line with the thing. I'm sorry, I'm like trying to like focus because I don't know how much I'm gonna like this background. Let's see. And I think would be a good idea is we take the original colors. So I'm going to turn these off real quick. Thing's not working again. Oh shoot. How did I fix this last time? There we go. Okay, and then go up here. Then we're gonna take one of those gradient dot brushes. Let's see, what shape do we want? Just to like see real quick. What shape do we want? Nope, not spacing. God, that slider has never been so smooth. I'm not used to it. What do I want? Triangles, diamonds. Hearts would be kind of crazy. What's a very, like, rivalry kind of shape? I feel like the spades would be a good one, you know? I think we should do the spades. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I think... yeah, I think that'll be good. And then we can just sort of... let's see, how does this work again? I need to make sure the gradation is horizontal? Yes. Something like that, I think. Let me see what this looks like the other way. Come back. I think I like this a little bit better. Then we go up another one. We'll do the same thing. Should be good. Oops. Why? Oh my god. Jesus, YouTube is like dying here. Hope stream is holding up too. I think it is. Let's see. Where? There we go. I think that should be good. It is interesting that the gradient doesn't seem to reach as far on this side, on the other side. Let me see if I can fix that. Turn that off. Just make it a little bit darker. Oops, wait, where am I? I gotta put that back. Why did I clear that one? Okay, here we go. We do something like this. We turn that back on. See, why is it like the gradient comes up so much further here, but it seems to stop earlier here? That's what I'm trying to fix right now. Maybe I should just like kind of extend.
I mean, I guess that's kind of what I have to do, huh? Because I want it to be, like, relatively, like, similar, you know? And we'll just do it like this. Did I just not draw the space? You know what? Maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm just stupid. I think I'm just stupid. Okay. Let's do this one more time. Bring it up to like there probably. Just go a little bit further and we'll just erase whatever's here and not think about it. I think I just didn't bring the spades all the way over there, which is fine. We'll fix that right now. Which means... get rid of this. Grab this color again. Get rid of that and then just... oops. Come on. I love how much Medibang is like struggling with this. Come on. Trying to get it like exactly like even with the other thing. Move it back a little bit maybe? Maybe I just need to do both of them at the same time at this point. Okay. Ooh, what was that? Just a random bang outside the house. I think that's good. And then you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine actually. What instruments would they play? Sorry for random. It just came to my mind. Drop. I don't know. I don't know about Rolik because Biba's the one who like came up with Rolik, so that this isn't my character. But Morgan, I can kind of see Morgan with the violin. Morgan does a lot of like ranged weapons, so it's gonna include like they mostly prefer like their crossbow, but they can use like a longbow or other ranged weapons. I think I am gonna give them a sniper rifle just because I think that would be really funny. I can see like a violin though, or a cello actually. Morgan's about 5'6", so I think them standing next to a cello might be kind of funny. Rolik? Rolik kind of strikes me as like an acoustic guitar person, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna have to ask Biba on that. Very interesting question. I like that, especially because I was in band before. Right, let's save here and let's get on rendering. The fun part. Alright, now I technically do have the palette that I use to like render Morgan over here, but that's gonna involve like a lot of flipping back and forth, and this is kind of just only for the comic so colors can be consistent. I don't particularly care outside of said comic. Bring that back up a little bit. Oh, you know what, let me take my stabilizer off too, just to make sure. Yeah, I think this is a very, like, silly poster. I'm excited for, like, the other stuff that I have ready to go this week, too. I'm hoping I'm gonna have enough like energy to work on it because I'll definitely have time, right? I think I definitely have time. I've just been like super tired as of late. It's not even like like art block is like coming up or anything. I'm so happy I haven't had like art block in so long. Cuz I've been drawing consistently like this since we'll say 2021, so it's been like a few years now. I haven't like found myself like particularly pressed to like draw something. Like the ideas do come very easily, which is fun. That being said, I am getting a little tired. But I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be okay. If I don't finish some of them this week, it's fine. There's always next week. Oh, on other news, I was gonna I know I wanted to say something. I just lost it. Sob. I swear it was art related. I don't remember. Oh, I remember now. So I'm writing my next one-shot for the D&D store, and I'm particularly excited about this one because, I think it's very silly. So, it's about the exotic pet trade. I feel like my best one-shots are always going to be the ones that sort of revolve around, like, very, like ecology-based topics. Like, I had the worm watching one, and that one featured, like, poachers as, like, the antagonists in the one-shot. This one's gonna be focused around, like, pet trade stuff, and I think that one is like particularly fun because you know, in fantasy worlds, like, yeah, you can probably get away with having like a lion or a tiger in your backyard, but what if you just had like an entire beholder? And it's kind of inspired by I should go get it, this little thing that I got at Target once. Let me go grab it real quick. Just be careful. I gotta clean up again. Unfortunate. You know, I'll get to it when I get to it. So long as it just doesn't get any messier, I guess, you know? At Target they had like, this was so cute. It was this little, beholder figure. It's, like, look at that. Look at this freaky guy. Look at this little meatball. And, it is battery powered, but there's no batteries in here. I think it lights up. I'm not too sure. But it came with, yeah, it's very cute. But here's the best part. It came with this. It says, Dungeons and Dragons, Dame Beatrice J. Delacroix III's Guide for Training Your New Beholder. It's an entire little, like, mini pamphlet. This is the cutest thing. Congratulations on your purchase of a slightly used beholder from Dame Beatrice J. Delacroix III's Menagerie of Unusual Kind. Our beholders are known throughout the city for their cutting intelligence, toned eye stalks, and otherworldly charm. This guide will walk you through the first days of beholder ownership, and by its final pages you'll be as knowledgeable as any beholder owner on this side of the far realm. Per company policy, all sales are final, no refunds, absolutely no returns. It's so cute. Like, this is just, like, day one caring for your beholder. The amount of, just, like, the amount of, like, effort you gotta, like, put into doing something, like, silly like this. Adventure you and your beholder. It's so cute. Social interaction, combat. Like, this is high-key what has inspired, like, my latest one-shot. But yeah, this is adorable. I love it so much. Just, I love, like, collecting, like, little Dungeons and Dragons stuff, so this is just, like, right up there. So the one-shot is going to, essentially, one of the guild members in Underdark City, gets like they're caught they get caught uh conjuring a bunch of like aberrations and stuff like that, which the legality of sorts is like kind of blurry at best. And the reason why they got caught was because they all escaped, and are now like terrorizing the city. So city calls in like state of emergency. All citizens are to remain indoors until the guild and other adventurers take care of it. So basically, it's just gonna be the players rounding up a bunch of like weird and wacky like creatures, and I'm gonna see if I can homebrew like a couple of like funny ones. The spider hand is most definitely going to be part of that because I think that is too funny, and I'll actually have art of that one. So I'm excited to write that one, and I think it's just like fun, the idea of like hiring a bunch of adventurers to dispatch what is basically invasive species. Because if you didn't know, there's also like groups of people who do get rid of invasive species. So one that that I saw a little bit ago, there are these invasive like sea urchins, I think, out in like the reefs and stuff. So they'll just like scoop up a bunch of those, and they'll just be hauling in bags and bags of these sea urchins, which is kind of sad. But you know, it's probably sadder for like the animals who don't want this invasive urchin destroying their ecosystem. The same thing with lionfish. I think that one's actually out in Florida. And you know, it's not like it's going to waste or anything, you know. They do sell like the lionfish meat from the lionfish that they can sell. And some of the eels, I think, are actually like learning like what the divers are doing. So they'll wait for the divers to like spear the fish, and then they'll ask the divers to like feed them or something like that, which I think is like really cool. Just kind of like symbiotic stuff like that. But yeah, I like the idea. I know for a while I wanted to do like a whole like remove invasive species one shot for the D&D store, for the game store really. There was like 2 people who do D&D. It's me and the other DM. But yeah, I think that one's gonna be really fun, very interesting. Cause you know I have my opinions. I have stuff like that. Yeah. I can't wait to do that. I'm gonna also do like some research on aberrations, because here's the tough part, right? I do a level 1 campaign because that's what's easiest, right? The tough part is gonna be like figuring out like, okay, how do I incorporate like a bunch of like other monsters that are like way above like the level like level 1 people cannot fight it, like the challenge rating and stuff. Like, how do I incorporate that? And that's always like an interesting like thing to me. So like the worm watching one, there's like a bunch of draconic beasts in there. It's like, okay, well, they're level 1 players, so I can't have them fight the dragons, obviously. That would be an insane ask. So it's like, okay, well, there's a different enemy now. There's poachers who are like threatening this draconic sanctuary. Or the vampire one. It's like, okay, vampires have like a challenge rating of like 12. How am I, like, well, what's this combat encounter going to look like? And I say like, oh, there's like a group of vampires that are more closely related to spiders, and they summon a bunch of spiders for you to fight at the end. Oh my god. Something like that. It's like it's definitely like really interesting to try and like work around that, because it's like, you know, I want to show off like a bunch of like the D&D world. I don't just want to have people fighting goblins and kobolds and stuff, because you know, that's not fun. It's like there's so much more in D&D that you can do. So I'm enjoying like the little creative process here. I think the direction that I want to take the one shot, I want to make it so that there's like a team that's kind of just like being like very like rival, like very like competitive with the whole like rounding up the aberrations. And I think it'd be really fun if the players had to like rescue the team at the very end. Um, I think that would be a very fun thing to do, and I'm looking forward to it. I think that will be the direction I'm gonna take. Um, we'll have to see. I did make it so like I think I already have it written down on the one shot that like the higher ranked teams, the better ones, they are going to they are going to be the ones that take down like stronger aberrations because you know that's what makes sense. And I can't be throwing a CR 10 creatures at my players. That would be so mean. It'd be a little funny, but it'd be mean. The question is what is this like little like rival team gonna get captured by, you know? And I think that is an interesting thing. I might make like a big giant hand spider queen or something like that. I might take some inspiration from some of the Borderlands enemies. I think that will actually be like really fun because Borderlands has some really good creature design, all things considered. I'll probably like get like some I'll probably like ask my coworker too, but I don't know if she'll be much help. She said she hasn't played D&D in like a few years, but she does enjoy it. Maybe I'll ask my cousin or Biba. It'll be something. Yeah, speaking of Biba, Biba had a really cool suggestion for the Bard sticker. He said that I should do tarot cards for College of Spirits, and that is just such a good idea. I'm like, I want to do that so bad. I'm terrible at drawing. I think I'll be terrible at drawing tarot cards. There's no question about that. But I can sure try. And he said like I could probably do like the back of a card, and I'm like, maybe, we'll see. But I think definitely doing that, like, oh my god, that is such a great idea. I think technically College of Spirits, there might have been a token involved with that, but I also feel like I'm mistaking that for Phantom Rogue. I think I'm mistaking it for Phantom Rogue, because I think Phantom Rogue is the one with the ghost token. Oh well. Let's see. I do know I want to add like a quill. Because I think a lot of I get it. Modern day D&D, it's like the bard is the horny one, which is fine, right? I have like no issue with people like learning D&D from memes and like that. That's what it is. But bards, I think specifically, like the way they're actually described in the player handbook, they're orators. They travel around and they have stories. They're super well educated. It's just like the reason I don't know where the horny bard stuff came from, but you know what? I'm also just not complaining. I've never played a bard before. I had a bard character in mind because I thought it'd be funny to name her Doremi Solitudo, which is just like one off of like Solfege, which I thought was funny. Oops. Let's see, bring this here. She is actually being drawn, Doremi. I was once known as a bard player. Oh, like it was like your main go-to class. Yeah, this is Doremi. I had her designed for a little bit now. I need to make this hand bigger, but I'll do that later. Yeah, this is Doremi. I loved the curtain bangs. I love like the sort of like haircut here. I like all the jewelry she has. She's very... I tried to make her as like punk as possible. So like if Charlie is goth, Blight's a little emo-ish. I wanted Doremi to lean way more into like a punk sort of look, but you know. Oops. Because my longest played character in the dark, I happen to be one. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Man, yeah, it's always fun when you get to use characters for a while. I feel like I've had like a lot of tabletop characters, but they just don't stick around for as long. My longest played character is Aerie, the Tiefling Druid. Man, I miss playing her. I wish we could bring that campaign back, but I don't even like really remember all too well where we left off. But yeah, I love tieflings too, or tieflings and druids. Like I will gladly like make another one if I want to. I have already. I've made a lot of OCs. And a lot of them haven't like lasted that long. Lilac was supposed to be for a campaign Johnny wanted to run alongside Clive. It was based off of like an unsolved murder, I think. But that never came to be because Johnny doesn't actually know how to DM, and it didn't last basically. Another OC that I had was Charlie. That was for Vampire the Masquerade. I got to play Charlie in 2 sessions, and then the game never picked up again after that. Let's see, and then who else? Blight's probably my second longest character that I've been able to play. She was for a Cyberpunk Red game, and that one we actually did stream. If you go to my channel, you can still find like all the sessions. I think they're all in a playlist too. But yeah, I really loved playing Blight because Blight was just like a chance to play like a super like edgy character. But you know, I think I did a good job playing her. Asha is another character. I haven't drawn her yet, but she was featured in this week's one-shot. It was for Dune tabletop, because literally everything gets a tabletop these days, and you know what? I'm here for it, honestly. Asha, I played her. It was supposed to be a Dune. It was supposed to be a 2-part adventure. So she was the house's spy master, but she was also like head maid, so it was like really, really fun. It was really, really fun to do like all of that. Like she's like so like elegant and polite. The way that she did her whole like spy master things is that she had these earrings with little recording devices in them. Her full name is Asha Euspinolia, and that's because our Dune house in the thing was based around bees. So we were House Apidae. I think Asha was one of the only characters in House Apidae who wasn't like a member of the Apidae family. So her last name, Euspinolia, goes to a little creature called the panda ant. I'll show them off over here. They're really cute. Cute little guys. So this is called a panda ant. They're not actually ants, they're wasps. They're parasitic too, which is really funny. But yeah, the females don't have wings, but the males do, and the males will pick up a female and mate in the air. So what they like to do is the females will go into like a ground nesting, like wasp or bee, and lay the eggs there, and the larvae will eat the eggs. And I liked this one because for one, I think it matches like Asha's palette, and two, the idea of like an infiltrator is just like really, really fun, I think. But yeah, I like these guys. I think I will I should draw Asha soon, basically is what I'm saying. But yeah, enjoyed that a lot. So Euspinolia militaris, that's the scientific name for that thing. So Asha gets her last name from that. Her whole backstory was that the family took her in, and as a way to like repay them for like taking her in, she is like very fiercely loyal, and this is true for both her Dune counterpart and her what's it called, and her D&D counterpart. I think really the only main difference in the Dune one was that I made her a Mentat, which also made it like really cool because Mentats in the Dune universe are typically only guys. But she kept her Mentat status like hidden from like literally everyone else, so she always wore like lipstick and everything to like hide the little mark on the lip. Which, you know, just I think like little touches like that are really fun. Let's see. I think get over here. Let's see. I'm looking forward to this. I think I'll definitely have this one finished by tonight, because this honestly isn't like taking as long as I thought it would. The only thing is me just when Johnny gets home, we'll probably go out, probably rest a little bit. Or actually, my mom's home today. That's right. We might go to we might go out for food. And honestly, I wouldn't mind that one bit. It's tough. It's like I'm really hungry, right? But I can't eat a lot because I'm getting full like really easily. And then like because I get so full, I feel a little sick and I'm just like, I hate this. I hate this. I like eating. But you know, what can you do? Oh, and I'm excited too. So, my cousin is getting engaged. So I haven't seen, my group of cousins in so long now. In this group of cousins that I like to hang out with, it's not one of them that's getting engaged. It's one of their sisters. It's a sister. And, so she has no idea about it, and I'm like we're all like really excited. There's going to be like a restaurant and everything, and I haven't seen these people in so long, and I'm just like, yes! There's like so much to catch up on. You'd think we'd talk more, but as it turns out, I'm just really bad at texting. I'm hilariously bad at texting. It's not even funny. I should work on that, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm excited to see them again. It's been like so long, and these are like my best friends growing up, which is really cool. Let's see. Let's bring down some of that texture. When we do, you know, the boss music just reminded me, when we do get to Grim Troop content in Hollow Knight on Thursday, because I think we'll be able to do it on Thursday. I think we should do it on Thursday even, just because, you know, at some point we gotta get the ball rolling on that, and, like, we are working towards the true ending, but, there's, like, some fun stuff to do on the side. Very fun and silly boss battle. There's also, I'm trying to think, because... well, we need 1800 essence so we can get the Awoken Dream Nail, and that's how we're going to... because that's how you get on the proper path for true ending. The thing is that I don't know where I'm going to get that essence, because, there's one more, like, spirit boss left, and then there's the dream bosses. And I have no idea if that one spirit boss is going to put us over the threshold, because I also just don't remember how much essence we have. I'm gonna pray that it does, because I have never beaten White Defender, I think. I know I can get essence from them. I don't think I've ever beaten Failed Champion. I think that's what the name is. Lost Kin might have actually been the only, like, dream boss that I was able to beat before. Because again, all it is is that I struggle when the boss patterns are way more randomized, and obviously White Defender and Failed Champion are a lot faster than their normal counterparts. So that's also just gonna be like really tough to deal with. I think Lost Skin I can only get through it because I've had to like do that fight so many times. But we'll see, we'll see. Regardless, I'm excited to play again. Last week I just didn't want to like play because I wanted to draw all week, and like all week I literally like couldn't. I was like so upset and like, you know, let me just have like this one day. And then it got super warm in my room and I couldn't continue streaming because my AC was still broken. My dad fixed it. But I think I gotta clean out the filter because it's not cooling down particularly like well in my room. On Sunday it was like very brutal actually. I could not sleep well at all. It was so warm and it would not cool down, and I had the AC running for like a few hours at this point, and I was just like, how? How? Let's see. But yeah, just still not looking forward to summer. But I'm glad it's like cooler today at least. I hope it stays this way for the rest of May at the very least, because it's so bad, right? It gets so bad here during the summer. And I have a feeling it's gonna be like really bad this year. Last year wasn't too bad except for like that one last little fuck you from God, in the form of a heat wave. But I think, but like other than that, it was like pretty manageable. I was telling my friends on Saturday, this one time, it was, during the summer it kind of sucks at the store because the AC will just like break on and off, so we keep having people, like, we keep having to have people come in to fix it, and it was really funny because one time it was just so unbearably hot in the store, I was just like, you know what, I'm spending my 10 in the walk-in fridge, and I squatted down, you know, in our refrigerator, and I just like sat there for 5 minutes because anything was better than being out there. It was insane. Probably gonna have to do that again at some point this year, but you know what, it's whatever. Oop. Forgot there's a tail here. I wonder what kind of tail Rolik has. So this character's name is Rolik. I think I mentioned that last time, but you know, mentioned it again. What kind of tail Rolik has, because the Picru doesn't have that. But you know, it is what it is. To ask Biba one day. Because I think what we're going to do too is that we're going to like write out their actual story. Which is really fun, just like a fun like little collaborative thing. It would make so much more sense to like play D&D with like as these characters and like go from there, but I don't think either of us have like time for that or a DM to run that really. Oh shit. Another bot. Let's see. There's the button. It's our favorite band button. I gotta read out this username. Oil Rich Cohesion. And then like a series of like random like numbers and or letters and one number. I do kind of wonder like what happens if I just click it? Like I just kind of want to try it one day. I know I shouldn't. But it's still in the back of my head, just like one day, just for the fun of it. If I had like a burner computer and like a different like burner account, maybe. Oh yeah, and we gotta do like Trader Lord, to get to a white lady. Forgot about that. I think we'll do that first. We'll get through Queen's Gardens and we'll worry about like grabbing Essence later, because that one's gonna be a little bit of a tough boss fight. Well, actually, Trader Lord goes kind of slow. It's the fact that there's these annoying ass mantises, who like show up first and like eat up your health a little bit. But it should be fine. It should be fine. I think Trader Lord actually got like super nerfed, and it used to be a tougher boss fight, but now it's like a lot easier. I think people complain about that. Because gamers just can't be satisfied. Can't win with them. Let's see. I like paint. I really love the rendering process. The only thing that I kind of hate about it is shadows, because I end up like putting like, I end up giving everything a shadow, so it ends up taking like a really long time. But you know, like, it's not too bad. Highlights are the fun part for me. Oh yeah, chat. So I have colors for every single like remaining hit die on the sticker sheet. Does anyone, except for one, Ranger, can anyone think of a color to associate with Ranger that isn't the color green? Because green already goes to Druid, and I don't want these things to look too similar. I think I can do a darker green technically, but I'm also a little worried about the ink not like working with that when it comes to printing, right? So I'm like, what other color do I use for the Ranger hit die? And part of me thinks brown should be good enough, and brown honestly makes a lot of sense. I'm just worried about it looking a little bit like a turd. That's kind of all that's stopping me from making it brown. Oh, music. Come on. Yeah, I see the problem. Yeah. Because it's not even like, it's not even that I don't want to use brown, because I think brown makes a lot of sense. Maybe ochre? Like a dark yellow, huh? Because that's what ochre is, right? Unfortunately, I don't know a lot of color names. It's kind of orangey. I like this one. Yeah. Okay, let me turn this back on. I like this one right here in the middle. Yellow ochre. Yeah, that might actually be a pretty good idea. I like that. Because if not, I was probably gonna do like some kind of yellow-green. Like, oops. Oh, that's an actual pen, hang on. I was probably gonna do something like, something like this. If I could just... I think... I like it, it's just like, you know, not too sold on it. Oh shoot. Hang on. Accidentally erased some stuff here. Just add the streakiness back in. Okay, easy fix. Okay, I like the yellow ochre. I think that actually will work out really well. I'm gonna have to. You know what? Let me write it down before I forget. I'd be forgetting sometimes. This stupid journal has been such a great thing for like just general art ideas. It's like, thank God I decided to write things down. Yellow ochre. I think that'll work out really well. It's kind of insane, actually. When you look at all the art that I did. Oh my god, it's so much more than I thought. Because it's like, it's this page, and then it's these pages, then it's these pages, and we're already bleeding on to the next one, which is super exciting. And like, it's incredible that like most of these have like a check mark through them. You're like, man, look at me getting stuff done. all that being said too, I noticed that in red on my thing, I am going to be making a new commission sheet, which is really exciting. So I'm like ready for that. I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna have like a very like basic sort of one to post on my socials, but then I'm gonna put a link to a Google Drive, and that's going to have that one will have all the all like the extra like stuff too. So like if you want to see the expanded comm sheet, please click the Google Drive link here. You'll be taken to like a PDF, yada yada yada. Yeah. I kind of even want to do like part of me even wants to like code my own commissions calculator type of thing. I might do that. That's actually kind of a fun idea. And like you can calculate and see like how much the said commission can cost, which I think will be fun. Maybe it's a little overkill, but there's probably websites for this, which is the funny part. Like VGen or Ko-Fi, I think. Does Ko-Fi take commissions? I don't know. I've never used any of them, and I think the last I heard VGen requires an invite. I don't think I know anyone who has like VGen invite codes, which is fine. It's fine. I can run my own thing. It's all right. I'm gonna be like very careful about like putting my email too. I'll probably have like remove my email from my comm rules, because that is kind of the email that I use for all my accounts, and I was thinking about it one day and I was just like, I should probably remove that. But yeah, I'm excited to do like a revamped commission sheet. Or even like a commission like website. I don't think that's going to work, because I have no coding capabilities with JavaScript at least. But I can work with Java. I think I still have Eclipse on my laptop. I can probably still make something. But yeah, I'm gonna have like new rules and stuff, because there's like a lot of stuff that I don't think they'd be a real issue. Just ask on social media. Chances are someone has a spare. Yeah, but I think the way that I've been doing it too has been like pretty effective at the end of the day. Like, I know VGen is nice because it offers like protections and stuff, but I think I'm good enough. Like with the whole, like I'm very like cyber security aware-ish, I guess, if that makes sense. Which, you know, I kind of have to be because I'm a comp sci major, but I think I should be fine. I don't... what was interesting, Ryan on the community server, Toasty Phoenix, she asked me, over the weekend, or the last weekend, previous weekend, how I do commissions. So I gave her a bunch of stuff, and these are gonna be, you know what, I'm gonna go and read the tips right now, because I think these are really good tips regardless. Okay, let's see. What did I say? I was gonna offer her my iPad, but I told her... But then we realized the spare iPad that I have doesn't come with its own pen, and we were like, ah, shoot. And, like, she probably just doesn't have, like, the money to pay for that. That might be true as well, plus just having a VGen doesn't guarantee anything. Yeah, exactly, so it's not like I really need it. I think a lot of people just, like, kind of like it for the fact that it's literally just a commission website. So, you know, very streamlined, but, you know, I have my methods. So, first piece of advice, see how long it takes for you to finish a piece, and then try to match it to, like, minimum wage. I think that's, like, the most important thing. You don't want to be paying, first of all, this is labor, you don't want to be being paid under minimum wage. That would be kind of ridiculous. Last I checked, mine is pretty matched up to it, but, I think minimum wage has, like, changed a little bit over the last... I don't even know. So I should probably, like, check that again. And then, another thing was just letting her know, like, hey, you gotta be ready to do exactly, like, what clients want you to do. So just things in general, like sending, like, screenshots of, like, hey, here's the progress is going, is there anything that you want me to change yet? Stuff like that. Reliable payment methods, most people prefer PayPal and Venmo, because that's what I've noticed in my experience. I think most people have done PayPal for me, but I've had like one or two Venmos here and there. And then I like to do 50% down payments because I think that's just insurance on both ends. It ensures that one, you get paid for work that you're theoretically already going to do. And then, it's also insurance on the client side, because it's like, okay, well, there's more money in this, so the artist probably won't run and take the cash. And then the next thing that I said, and I will stand by this till the day that I die, be very strict about your rules. For me, the rule that I'm very particularly strict with is the 50% down payment. Because one, again, I like it for the fact that there's like a lot of like insurance in there, and a little bit less to worry about. But the bots, the scammers that I've noticed, they want to pay in full right away, because, you know, they're not actually looking to get a commission, so they just want to say like, oh, can I just like pay you in full? And that's kind of a red flag to me, because I know that's what they want. So, I would just be, like, really strict. And, like, even, like, beyond that. So, like, you know, if you don't want to draw this, it's, like, be very, like, hey, I don't draw this. Like, this is, like, not part of my rules, and I don't feel comfortable doing this. Just kind of, like, stand your ground kind of stuff. That's my advice. I think all of which is very solid at the end of the day. So, yeah. I hope, first of all, I hope that she finds a job first, because, commissions are not really, like, a reliable source of income, and I've come to accept that at this point. But, like, in general, too, there's just, she doesn't exactly have, like, a good way of doing, digital art right now, too. And again, I would have given her the iPad, but it's like when we found out that it doesn't come with its own pen, it's like she's gonna have to pay extra for that. It's like she's better off, like, finding a job right now so she can get, like, stuff for doing commissions. That's good advice. Yeah, I like to think that it is. So yeah, commissions will be opening again soonish. As soon as I finish the Hit Die stickers, I'm opening them. I just have to, like, actually prepare the sheet, which is gonna take a little bit. So it's not that I'm not looking forward to that, but it is going to be a whole thing. Let's do the blade. 30 actually should be good. Something like this. I think this is looking pretty good. I can do, like, so much more rendering here, because I feel like Morgan's palette is, like, really simple, and there's, like, a lot of, like, stuff where if it spills over, it's going to be very annoying to clean up. So that's why I'm focusing a lot on Rolik right now. Oh yeah, this week on the 15th, I want to say it's the 15th, I think we're supposed to be getting an inspection at the store. And it is a big one. And I'm like, in my head, it's like, okay, I hope to God that we are ready. Because we have a pretty solid team at the end of the day for Thursday. I think that's Thursday. So it's me, two other frontliners, my manager, and then one of the kitchen workers and a shift leader. My one concern is that the higher ups kind of don't like this one frontline worker, because she can be a little blunt, but she's definitely not like unfriendly, right? So I'm worried that they're going to throw her in the back, and when the inspection comes. And on one hand, it's like, okay, well, if you don't like her in the front line, that's fine. But that also means, like, she needs to be really good at backline. And she can handle the fry station just fine, but first of all, she doesn't even like being backline. And second, there are people who are a lot stronger than her in backline. So even though, like me for example, right? Because the main thing is if like if inspection comes around like the school rush, we're already gonna have to say goodbye to some of the people who came in, and I don't recall seeing anyone coming in at 2, which is a big concern. So I'm just here like, just don't send her to the back. Like, they should arguably they should send me instead, because at least I know all the burger builds, and I know backline already, right? Like, I would argue that I'm stronger at it than her. And if you want, if they always say like, oh, you should put the aces in their places, and I'm like, yeah, that's true, and like I understand I'm really good at frontline, but you cannot be sending like weaker backline people back there. Like, you kind of gotta min-max a little bit. And it's like, you know, if I gotta go back there, I'll go back there. It's just they don't want me back there. They want me in frontline because I'm really good at frontline. I'm just like, okay, you better hope that inspection like comes early in the day, or the inspection might not happen at all. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody said that they were gonna come in once, and they just straight up didn't, and I was really upset because I was supposed to be in at 11 that day. Instead, I had to get called in at 9 because we weren't sure when they were coming. And they ended up coming in when I was on my 10, so it was just like, are you serious right now? Alright. Let's see. Oops, wrong brush. So, I'm like, kind of concerned about that, but you know what? It's not my fault, it'll be management's fault. And I'm okay with that. Let's see. I'm gonna bring this over. I don't know, I'm a little worried. I think it'll be fine. Like, we have a solid team. Okay, but if they come during the school rush, I think we're screwed. I'm not gonna lie. Let me look at the schedule again. Because I think it's literally just like... Oh my god, actually we're losing her at 2, so... Wee. Oh man, that school rush might suck. You know what? It is what it is. I would love to be, like, out of that store before the school rush, but I think that would require me to, like, open. And I don't like opening. you know what? It's okay. It's okay. We'll live. Again, all it is just like it should be fine if it happens in the morning. Like that's all I'm saying. And if it doesn't happen in the morning, I don't know what else we're gonna do. Let's see, there we go. I think I want to clean up this spot right here, make it less oops. Make it less sort of like right angle-y. Bring that up there. Okay, and then what part should we do next? Probably the belts. I'd put wood grain on the crossbow, but I feel like that's kind of a lot. I should have done like a more tactical crossbow, but I still wanted it to look like sort of fantasy-ish. Let's see. It's 121 right now. Yeah, we'll definitely get... I'll definitely have this ready for tomorrow, which is exciting to think about, which means as soon as this is done, I don't know, what do you think I should work on next? Should I work on the little tiefling bard rock star that I have, or should I do vampire cur? Because I know vampire cur. How much you want to bet that like I want to use an Eagles song for a TikTok on that one, because I think that would be fun, you know. But I'm also thinking about it now, and then like I feel like that's gonna get copyright struck so hard, because they're very strict on the copyright. Tiefling Bard Rockstar, I agree. I do like the composition on that one too, and this time I didn't forget the guitar strat. Let's pull that up again. Yeah, I like this composition. I actually asked Johnny for reference on the guitar. Like, I was like, hey, like, what kind of guitar would this character play, and can you send me one? Because he's got like a few. He has 2 strats. I think he's getting a Telecaster, and I forget what the other one is called. So he sent me the picture of his Stratocasters. I was like, okay, I'm gonna like make... we're gonna like make something up now. I like the horns on the thing. Completely impractical, but you know what? I'm gonna work with it anyways. But yeah, I'm excited to work on this one. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's see, we'll do this part next. And we'll do Vampire Curse some other, like, later point in the week, probably. Another interesting thing, I'm gonna have to figure out, like, a color palette for Doremi, because I've never actually, like, fully colored her, but she's always been gray in my head, but the thing with that is, she's always been, like, a gray tiefling in my head, but the thing with that is that her, the other 2 band members, Charlie and Blight, they're very green. And, I know Dor's gonna have, green eyes. I know that, at least. I just don't know if I really want to make her a green tiefling, is what I'm saying. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself for that. But you know what? We'll figure it out, I'm sure. Johnny says I can use probably, like, a very, like, muted sort of green, or, like, a very, like, different thing of gray. Hello, Bach Addict. Hello, I love that little emote there. Yeah, we're on the rendering phase right now, which is good because yeah, and we're just trying to like discuss like how we're going to do this one, because this is probably going to be the next piece that I work on. Oh, look at me flashing my little high school name on there. But yeah, she definitely has green eyes. The as for like the rest of her color palette, I'm a little uncertain. She could have green clothes, actually. She could have green clothes. I would be okay with that. But I have to decide. Gotta head to work. Oh man, good luck at work. I hope you have a good shift today. Yeah, thank you for dropping by for a little bit. Always lovely to have people stop in and say hi. Like I said, I'm not too concerned on like color matching and everything. I have like my system for like doing shadows and everything. It probably like looks similar enough, so I'm not gonna worry about using the palette I gave myself. I think I use it for like some other characters, but like right now I don't want to have to be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between like two things. It's a little annoying to do that. I feel like I love art so much, right? Like, I've been drawing since the day I could pick up a pencil, arguably. I don't know, this is what the autism gave me. And, the undiagnosed autism, I should say. So this is what I got stuck with, and, I do love drawing, but I feel like a lot of the times I'm, like, complaining, like, why isn't it working? It's way more of like a love-hate relationship with art half the time, but I still love it. I still love it a lot, and I don't think there's anything else I would rather do than this, because this is hilarious to me. I think I should go for like some sort of like art license, because I don't necessarily need a degree. The reason why Johnny suggested like maybe a license at his community college is because I don't want to have to go through school again, right? Like, I don't mind school all that much. The thing that does irritate me though, it's like, why do I have to do math? Why do I have to do like essays? Like, I know what I'm here for. So I think if I tried for a license, I can literally just take the art classes. But I have to look more into that. And then again, I'm still not even sure if I have time for that. I'm kind of scared. Fine artists, I feel like fine artists are just like so different from like what I do, and I'm just a little like I guess I'll feel like a little like odd one out in all of that. Part of the reason why I never took art classes at all, I took a lot of pride in being self-taught, but I think part of me just also like going into college was like, I feel like I'm gonna get like severely like not yelled at or something, but I was just like very scared and nervous to take them, especially with like the stuff that I was already drawing. So you know, kind of regret it now, obviously, because I'm not using my actual degree for anything, but you know, we all make mistakes. I'm sure something will work out. Let's see. Bring out that lock of hair. I love doing this in the rendering, just like extending the outlines with paint. I think that is one of like the silliest ideas I've ever had, and it works really well when you can see it. It'll show up better when I finally add the highlights in, but yeah. And erase all of that. Get this in. I wonder what time Johnny will be home. He's my parents are allowing him to drive to school now, 'cause I think he's just about like getting his insurance at last, which is exciting. So I wonder what time he'll be home, because usually he's back home around 4-ish, but you know, that's with the bus, and the bus takes a while because the bus doesn't move all that fast, and the bus gotta make stops. So I don't know what time he's gonna get home, actually. I hope it's like earlier. Like maybe he'll be here by like 3, Like, cut a whole hour out of that. Bring that here. I think that's looking pretty good. We don't have a lot of like Rolik left to render too, so it'll just be like these spots, the bandana and the accent. Here it's just gonna be the fur and the clothes. That's gonna be on like its own separate layer. Johnny thinks it's so cursed that I put all my rendering on, I merge all my rendering onto one layer. He's like, what if you need to fix something later? I'm like, it is what it is. Like, I used to be like way more perfectionist about my art. But over time I was just like, it's not worth it. Cause like, it used to be like, I gotta fill in every single pixel and I gotta make sure that I'm at the point already where it's like, well, it's not too bad if I like spill over some color like here and there. Like overall, it's still like really good. Actually, speaking of making mistakes, in the Blight one, actually, let me pull this one up. You know, this is all art for myself too. If it was a commission, it's a different story. I think it's really hard to tell because of the lighting. So it's hidden really well, but if I go ahead and remove this filter, you'll notice that a ton of the paint from, like, this shadow right here spills into, this pickup here. Which is not, good. Oh my god, and there's, like, a whole thing here, too. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, there's, like... But it's, like, you don't notice it, and it's, like, I do a pretty good job at, like, hiding, like, stuff like that. It's, like, I think I'm the only person who saw that. So it's like, oh, well, it isn't that bad if I don't make my art completely perfect. It's like, wow, what a wonderful feeling where I don't have to be like so like obsessed over getting every single like detail perfect. It's really nice. And you know what? I think it's stuff like that that helps. Actually, I take it back. No. If my art was, like, completely and entirely perfect, there's probably, like, less grounds to accuse it for AI. Speaking of AI, Milo Rossi, or Mini Minuteman on YouTube, uploaded a new video, on Sunday, about some crazy like Facebook conspiracy stuff, and it's not even like it's so interesting because it's like AI has to single-handedly be one of the worst things to happen to humanity right now, and it's more than just the like the blatant like art theft, right? And it's the fact that it's so easy to spread misinformation now. Like, there's so many, like, AI-generated videos on Facebook. Just like, oh, look at this archaeological discovery. And then it's a whole-ass AI-generated, like, image. And it's like, bro, we're so cooked. It's just unfortunate to see. I wish it was never a thing. I don't like the argument like, oh, it could be good, like, in the future. I feel like the damage it's doing now just isn't worth the, just isn't worth it. That's all it is. And, like, not to mention all the resource use, too, which is insane. You know what was actually super upsetting to see? So you know how Instagram gives you, like, recommendations on who to follow and stuff? Oh my god, that is a beautiful choker. Oh my god, I need that. I don't know when they're bending next. It's okay. Let me see if I can find her. My aunt, on my mom's side. Yeah. It hurts so much, because, she's using, like, the AI Studio Ghibli stuff as her profile picture. I'm like, no! Like, are you kidding me? I can draw that for you. Probably. The one she has right now, it's like a sort of like chibi version of that. It's so sad. The eyes don't match. I can't tell with the hands, honestly, but it does kind of look like one of them is missing a finger. Just the horse looks fine, maybe except for like one like off detail about the hair. It just sucks so much that it's my aunt, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like, you know what? You know two artists, me and Johnny. Like, come on. Like she could have asked me for that. I would have been like, yeah, of course, I'll draw that for you. I wouldn't have even charged. That's family right there. It's like, ugh. And I don't even know how to explain that to her. Low-key, because low-key my mom and her side of the family is just kind of like... like, you know that dog side-eye meme? It's kind of like that. And, like, she like, my dad... they're way more conservative. I guess that's probably, like, the lightest way I can put it. And, you know, I have nothing wrong with people who are conservative. I think there's a very important distinction to make between, like, being conservative and being, like, extreme conservative, and that's MAGA right now. Not to jump into politics again, but that's just kind of how they are on that side of the family. And it's just, I don't know how to explain that this is so bad. It's like, it's so bad. And I'm just like, just ask me to draw it. Ask me to draw it. Like, Loki, like, you know what? I'm making a stand right here. If you want a profile picture, if you want art done, but you don't have the money to pay for it, at this point, just ask me. Just ask me. I will take that blow to my wallet. Like, if it means that you're not gonna use, like, an AI generated thing, like, I will do it. I will do it at this point, because it's just like, man, that's rough. Like, it's rough seeing it from a family member. I think that's the playlist over. Let's see. Got a little less than an hour left. Let's see. What other soundtrack should we listen to? I think we'll go to the Celeste soundtrack. We'll go to that one. That one's a fun one. Actually, there's a thing here. There's probably like this will be better for the sake of not having to wait for every single video to load every time it gets to a new one. Can't believe there's no comments here. Oh well. But yeah, just unfortunate. I'm sure if I like reached out to her, I could probably say like, hey, I know this is like AI generated. Do you want me to like redraw this for you? Or something like that. Because, you know, I can. I know if it was me and like my niece was like, hey, do you want me to like do this? I'd be like, oh my god, yeah. And like, I would never change it, probably. I just don't know how to explain it to people. It's weird that there are just people who are so, like, capitalist, brain rotted. Because there was that one guy with, like, the whole Studio Ghibli art trend, who literally, like, one artist was like, hey, I actually, like, you know, actually tried drawing it in the Studio Ghibli art style. Some guy got so, like, offended by an artist, drawing, like, actually, like, putting in the effort to draw something themselves. I don't understand that mindset at all. Like, it's weird. It's like, some people will complain, like, oh, you're so sensitive and stuff like that. And then, like, no, like, nobody asked Nobody asked. Someone is just enjoying like whatever it is that they're doing, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm gonna feed this image through an AI thing and make it better than, like, are you? That person needs to be thrown into a mental like institute. I'm sorry. Just like complete and utter insanity on the internet sometimes. Also just I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll never understand it. No, I mean, it's hard for me to understand like the idea of wanting something to have been made by a robot rather than something like handmade or handcrafted or hand drawn. Cause you know it's like, for example, at the store, at Carl's Jr., there's like a huge emphasis on, oh, our chicken tenders are hand breaded, our lemonade is handcrafted. I'm gonna focus on the tenders because our lemonade is like handcrafted in the loosest sense of the word. And it is indeed hand breaded. We stand there, we put the chicken in the buttermilk, we take the chicken out of the buttermilk and we put it in the breading and we bread it ourselves. That is true. Like it's not a machine doing it for us. And so like you then you know that's part of like the sell. It's like, oh, we didn't like do this by a machine, we did it by hand. So it's like there's an appeal to something that is hand done. So why isn't it like the same for art all of a sudden? Is it because it's expensive? Is it because you have to pay for it? You have to pay for your tenders. So, you know, I don't get it. It's probably just like people don't want to pay artists. There was a YouTube video that got recommended to me one day. It was like why art has always been like hated on, essentially, or like why artists like always receive like a lot of like backlash and everything. I never watched it, but it's like, man, we can't win. I might reach out to my aunt and be like, hey, do you want me to like draw this instead? Because I can, and I don't mind. Again, I won't even charge her. So, you know, the less of it that there is, the better. Oh, I would render the string, but the string is so thin, like, it's just not worth it. Speaking of making profile pics, I should update mine soon. I still really love the art that Nikki made me, and everything, but you know, little Kerr tiefling has gotten somewhat of an updated look, less orangey skin, more like hair that's closer to my actual hair color, stuff like that. So I will be redrawing that sometime soon. It's gonna be after Vampire Kerr though. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm like really excited. I'll also make like a little TikTok for it, just because I think it's really fun making those. I don't care too much that they don't get a lot of views or likes or anything, because at the end of the day, I'm just making the videos because they're fun to make. Also, I haven't had like any like time-lapse stuff in a while, so it's just another nice little thing, like, hey, I did actually draw this, I swear. I'm at the point though where I think my art's like super like stylized enough that people will know it's not AI. One of my players at the D&D store actually does have an AI profile picture, and it's like, I want to tell him, but I also just don't think he knows, like how, or I think I think it is what it is that he is aware of like how bad it is, but I think for as much as he wanted like the art, he probably just wasn't like in a position to afford something of like that kind of quality. So it's like, well, And he did say he wanted to commission me anyways, so it's like, okay, like he knows, and I'm sure he feels like somewhat bad about it. I feel that I have AI using players in my group. Yeah, it's like you want to, because it's so different when you know someone personally, right? It's like you don't want to tell them like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, because it's like you know, you understand their situation like way more, and it's like okay, well, I'm sure they know that they shouldn't be doing it, or like they know the reasons why they shouldn't be. It's just a matter of like it's just a matter of like, well, are they gonna listen to you like when the opportunity arises for them to like change it? I'm sure this guy will, because he likes my art. He really likes my art. And you know, he does believe artists deserve to get paid whatever they get paid, but again, it's like if you can't afford it, I'm a little more like sympathetic, especially if I recognize the situation, right? I still don't think people should be doing it, but you know, I get it. I'm not gonna be so cruel to be like, oh, you're like, we don't need to demonize people for using it, is what I'm saying. Because you know, when you start to demonize it, that's when that's when things can get like a little like heated and everything. Because there's so much nuance in the world. Like, there's so much of it. You know, just because I'm like understanding of it doesn't mean I'm supportive of AI or anything. It's more of like a, okay, whatever. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, no, I am at the point where it's like, okay, if you really like want the profile picture so bad, I am at the point where it's just like, just do it for free, if it gets it out of there. Let's see, bring that out. And have enough time to do highlights on stream, which is really cool, actually. I'm surprised this didn't take so long, because this is 2 people. You know, drawing 2 people takes longer than drawing 1 person. You know what? It's probably because we had like a little bit of a head start with the line art. But even then, it's probably because I went a little lazy on the background. But you know what? It's fine. I'm not good at backgrounds. I'm a character artist. The background thing I think is gonna be like really interesting to figure it out for the new comm rules, because I always like leave it like, oh, simple or complex, and I'm very generous when it comes to background stuff, because to me it's like, okay, well, I didn't do like a lot of like geometry and stuff like that, so I'd still consider this like a relatively like simple-ish background, and I do tend to lowball my backgrounds quite a bit, even if they do end up being a little complicated, but we'll see, we'll see. Because I just feel bad, because it's like, I should be able to draw like very like cityscape kind of things with a lot of shape and geometry, but I can't. I find it like very tedious. I know there's like tools on Medibang to like help with that sort of perspective stuff, but I'm just so bad at using it still. And Clive's really good at perspective though. Like, he absolutely mops the floor with me on that. The only thing is that his art style is still a little bit not juvenile. still sort of beginner artist, like, which is fine, you know, we all start somewhere. But yeah, it's like, it's not the worst thing in the world. See, that should be all the shadows now, I think. Perfect! Alright, so, we've got 40 minutes left of stream. Let's see if we can, how many of the highlights we can get then. I think if I'm really fast, I can get all of it done, but that's if I'm really fast, and usually I'm not. You know. I feel like I'm like so well versed with like the digital art. I am a fast artist actually at the end of the day. Cause what is it? On a really good week I can pump out what, 3 to 4 finished pieces. Like no problem whatsoever. It's not that bad. I feel like maybe if my art style was a little different, it'd take longer. But I don't know. I think that might be a fun stream though, trying out like a different art style. Something more like painted. That might be a fun one to do. I just don't know how that's gonna work, because again, I have a very cartoony art style. I don't know if that's gonna look good. It might be fun to try out. I can still probably do the outlines, just I'm gonna have to color them, which will be interesting. I'll probably have to like thin them down too, which makes me sad to think about. Man, I just really like thick outlines. It's like I like when I can see things. Looking pretty good. Yeah, see, there's still like spill over here. I'm not gonna bother cleaning that because honestly, that's gonna get covered up anyways by the highlight here. Yeah. So not concerning myself over that. Honestly, I'm not sold on Morgan's hair. I think I still gotta like workshop it a little. But I do know that I want like some kind of like fringe or bangs or something like that. Probably should have just gone. I would have had it like cover their eye like way more, but that just didn't make sense to me as like someone who's like a ranger. It's like kind of need both eyes for that. So I didn't want to cover it. And then it's like just looks a little awkwardly placed sometimes. Then we'll go 15 actually. I saw an interesting reel on Instagram the other day. Somebody said that it's possible to, like, you don't necessarily need to use white to make something brighter. What you can do is use like a complementary color. So they were painting a sunset, so lots of orange, lots of yellow, right? And to make it brighter, they used lavender actually, or like a really light purple. And their explanation for it was when you put two complementary colors like that next to each other, they kind of shimmer in a sense. It was really cool. I wonder if I could find it again. But it worked, and I was like, man, that's so cool that like light works like that. Obviously, I don't think that applies as much here on digital, because you know it's just things are gonna be behaving like very differently. Um, but it was really cool to see. It was just like, wow, I didn't even think about that. If I can find it again, I'll like share it. Let's see. Take a 10. Size here. I still can't believe there's like no Pokemon product like anywhere in terms of like trading cards and stuff. Part of me is honestly like considering at this point waiting like at a store for it to open and just buying like a pack or two. Because Johnny hasn't gotten anything like in forever. Wildfire update on my computer is kind of funny. Oh boy. And I feel like really bad because I know he likes collecting them a bunch, and like I have no idea if like a new set got like dropped or anything. There's been like nothing, and it just sucks. I might do that. Like, let's see. I have the weekend off because again I have like my cousin's like engagement party to go to. So maybe I'll like wake up early and do something then. I'll have to like look up when a store opens. I'm just also kind of worried that if I tried doing that, I'm gonna get into a fight somehow. Because people do fight over it, and it's just like, I just want one thing. Like, one Elite Trainer box, probably, just so Johnny gets, like, a lot of, like, stuff after, like, such a long period of literally not getting anything. But at the same time, too, it's like, I have no idea if these stores are, like, restocking. I guess it doesn't hurt to try. I know the Albertsons here, they have one of those trading card vending machines. I'll probably try that one first, and maybe a Target or something like on another day. Just because I think the vending machine might be like way more likely to have restocked. Or I can ask like a store employee, like, hey, I just like want to buy like this one thing, like what time, like when do you get the stock in, or something like that. And hopefully they'll like indulge that. I hope they don't think I'm like a scalper or anything, because I'm sure like everyone's been struggling like dealing with that. Or alternatively, on Wednesday, I'll just go to my game store after work and be like, can you, like, if there's a Pokemon restock, can you guys like hold one for me so I can get it for my brother? That might be smarter, actually. Forgot the Bulko here. Whoopsies. This, add another rim light here maybe. There we go. Something like that. I think that's looking pretty good. Let's get the hood now. We don't have to do as many highlights because again, I don't do them after a certain point on the body, especially if it's just top down. Let me add some more there real quick before I start blurring it together. I think we'll also do like the white rim lights and everything. Just to make it pop a little bit more. Or actually, you know, would be an even better idea. I take like the opposite color, and that's what I do the rim lights with. That I think I like a lot better. Yes, I think that'll be very nice. Let's see. It's about 2 o'clock, 30 more minutes left of stream. I'm a little hungry. My dad actually bought a croissant for me at the donut place. It was really funny. One day so he likes to buy us donuts. I honestly don't like donuts that much. I am very, very sick of them. And I have been for like a few years now because there was just like, I want to say it was during the pandemic. There was just like a period of time where he just kept buying them and I was just like, okay, I've had enough of this for like the rest of my life. And one day, just out of nowhere, he suddenly remembered like, oh my god, Kyra doesn't actually like donuts. She likes the croissants there. And I didn't even tell him. Like, I usually just eat the donuts without, like, saying anything because I don't want him to feel bad. Or get mad at me. And it was just like, how did you remember that? How did you remember that after so long? But you know what? I appreciate it because he has indeed continued to buy me just straight up croissants. And I'm like, yippee! Actually, we'll go... Yeah, 150, no, 200. And like some extra highlights in here. And I want to take, I'll probably take like a 30 on this, and then something like that. My manager's super supportive of me attempting to do like the whole like artist's business kind of thing. So she likes to give me like advice, and it's not that I don't value her advice, it's really good advice. It's that I forget to take her advice. So I was showing her the stickers. She was like, how much did that cost? And I was like, you know what? I don't remember actually. She's like, Kyra, you need to keep track of these things. And I'm like, I know. I'm not good at it. I'll never make it in the artist world. This time I did remember, when I bought more plastic sheets for packaging, I did remember to take a picture of the price tag at least. So there's that. So hopefully that works out. I think what I'm gonna do, because me and Johnny, we didn't end up buying a Cricut, that one time we went to actually go buy it and check it out. We didn't buy it and we decided like, okay, it's probably just gonna be better for now, to just find a website to do it for me. And I already did. I was already planning on doing that. And going from there, and if the stickers are very successful, then we can buy a Cricut. I think that's what we agreed on. And I was already planning on doing that, but Johnny said like, well, I want to make stickers too, so we should just get a Cricut. I was like, okay, I guess we could do that. And then like we were looking at it there at the store, and it's like, does it come with its own paper? Does it have its own ink? Does it like... And there was just a lot of stuff that wasn't really like being answered on the packaging, so it was just like, we'll just do things a little differently right now. I also gotta like make another like art tutorial thing. I've been forgetting to do that. I know the next one that I want to do is wood grain because I think I'm really good at that. And even when I don't use like that one brush for it, it still comes out like really well, just like this sort of like scratchy sort of look. So I want to do that because I know I promised that I would do like art tutorials and stuff just so people have like more resources to use for free. But I've been forgetting. Maybe I'll do that sometime this week. I'll write it down and be like, okay, here's how you do wood grain. Something like that. We're getting there. We'll probably finish up Morgan on stream in The Crow. Probably get to some of Rolik here. And we'll probably be out of time, but I will be finishing this tonight one way or another. Just quick pass over with the blur tool just to blend it a little bit better. I love the acrylic brush here, and I actually do like acrylic paint in real life because I just like how very like scratchy it looks. Because Johnny's right, it gives like a very like nice sort of unblended look to it. I think I like that a lot because it's just a more visually interesting texture to me. If there's any painting medium that both me and Johnny hate with a severe passion, it's kind of funny. It's watercolor. We hate watercolor to such a hilarious extent. I don't know why he hates it, but I know personally for me, I never liked watercolor, but I guess to be fair, I was using pretty cheap watercolors in school whenever we did like those kinds of activities, but I hate it. I hate how much bleed there is. I hate how much, I hate, I hate that it, like, I always hated that the paper just never seemed, like, suited for watercolor. I didn't like trying to blend with it. It just, again, I understand I was probably using, like, very cheap materials, because this was literally just in, like, regular school and not art school with, like, very, like, fancy supplies and stuff, but I still hated it. That being said, I do like ink wash. Ink wash is like watercolor, but with, slightly less pressure. And strain, in my opinion. Let's see, something like that. But yeah, I like acrylic a lot. I used to do acrylic paintings, and I always enjoyed them because I thought they were like a lot of fun. I haven't done them in a while. I don't think I would ever get back into painting though. It's just not really my thing. I'll do it digitally, just not so much like on hand, like, or like traditionally, I guess. I wonder what we're going to eat today. I'm hungry thinking about it. We usually like to go out to this, to like City of Industry, West Covina sort of area, just because like there's way more Filipino food there. I want them to like open more Filipino restaurants here in this city. I just don't know why they're not. Like, oh my god, if there was a Jollibee here, I would quit Carl's immediately and go work over there. Like, full stop, I would. Maybe. Depends on what they're paying, but like, if they can match the Carl's Jr. wages, I would very much probably go over there and be like, okay, I'm gonna work with the Filipino people. Yippee! Something like that. There's just it's just kind of nice when like you have people who like, I guess, understand you and relate to you because like they've grown up in like a similar manner. I feel like I don't have a lot of that at the store sometimes. It's not that I mind it like that much, but it's just like, man, I would love to work at a Jollibee just for like shits and giggles like that. What if I worked 3 jobs? No. Let's get the crow real quick, because I forgot they were up there. I'm not good at drawing birds. I need to like practice that a little bit. I know Johnny wants to go bird watching, so maybe we'll get a sketchbook and draw the birds as he's taking pictures of them. It's like I think I need like a better grasp on like the wings and like the shape. Birds are just so like, some of them it's kind of funny because like there's no distinction between like the head and the neck, and then other birds it's like they don't have a neck, they just have like the neck or the head and then the body, which I think is hilarious. And then some birds really have a neck. It's just like, man, how am I going to do that? I love the idea of like going out somewhere and doing like a creature study for art one day. Johnny says I should be doing anatomy studies, meanwhile I'm just here like, I'm gonna draw some animals. Yeah. So that's Morgan's side done. Let's get to Rolik's side. Let's see. I wonder how fast we can do this. Let's save first. One night there was just like Medibang got stuck like at the 50% that you saw there. And I was just like, what do I do? Ended up like forcing my computer to like shut down. Because it turns out my entire computer had actually bricked up. I was just like, ah, shit. I saw a post somewhere. It's so true. Forcing like your computer to go to sleep by like holding the power button down really does feel like trying to smother someone with a pillow. Like I felt it's kind of funny. Yeah, it was when I was working on the Warlock sticker and I was just so unsure of when my last save was. Thankfully, I had like most of it done. It was just like I was worried like maybe it didn't get like the Eldritch Blast in there. Let's see, get that. Should probably start sketching my new profile pic. I'll do that when we go out. That's what my iPad is for. That's where I start all my sketches these days. I do more finished pieces on my iPad, but I think I'm at a point where it's like I really like just enjoy how Medibang's rendering looks more when I do it here because it's way less blended and way more scratchy. Like I feel like I can achieve like better textures with it basically. So that's why I haven't like finished something on my iPad in like a long time, which is fine. It's honestly like nice having like the distinction between like a sketch platform and like where I actually do like the whole of the art. It's kind of nice. That being said, I haven't sketched on Medibang in a long time too, and I'm a little worried for that day. And I do end up having to sketch on Medibang. I don't think it'll be that bad. I'm probably like overthinking it in my head, but you know, I do be overthinking things a little bit sometimes. Sometimes I'll be at work and like, oh man, what's the solution for like this one thing, for like this one very specific thing, and it turns out it's like something so simple. It's like, why didn't I think of this like 2 minutes earlier? Speaking of pillows, I'd like to call it a day. Thanks for the stream. It's nice as always. Oh, thank you so much for coming around. Yeah, we're gonna be wrapping up soon. Oh my god, what's this about United Health CEO? Hold up. Click that. I need to see this. Ah, damn it, it's gone. Anyways, but yeah, it's always nice having you around, and I'm glad you stuck around for as long as you did. I hope you get some good rest tonight, Kira, and I'll probably see you Thursday. We'll see. But yeah, we'll be wrapping up around 2:30 here, so like 15 more minutes left of stream-ish. I was about to say, is my clock not synced? It's the same computer. Because I could have sworn it said 2:14. And then I looked up again, it said 2:13. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah. I love the blur pen here too, just for like some added blending, but like, you know, I leave a lot of like that streakiness in there. That's like my favorite part about it. Oh, I can hear voices outside. Don't come in! Don't come in! If they open that door and look inside, their faces will just be plastered on the face cam. And you know, I don't mind having my face out there. But I'll feel bad for my parents. And I know Johnny doesn't want his face out in the world. I don't mind though. I was telling Johnny, like, he technically as a guy, he technically has less to worry about with putting his face out there versus me. Because there's some weirdos. There was an older gentleman at Carl's the other day. Kind of singles me out. He's like, hey, you're that person I talk to sometimes, you're always looking at collectibles. I did not recognize that man. I didn't know him at all, and I was just kind of like going along with him, like, oh, I don't know what collectibles you're talking about, but maybe I was trying to like pitch my game store to you. I absolutely pitched the game store to him because small business. I'll take the blow for it, and I didn't mind too terribly much at the end of the day, but it was still like, man, why did someone have to start talking to me? He wasn't being too weird. There's been weirder at the store. Again, if I had a nickel for every single time somebody like asked me out in Spanish and they didn't speak English, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Like, I don't know what to think about that sometimes. Does he know? Just the idea of me on a date with someone who only speaks Spanish, and I'm just like, just like the only things I know how to say is like, alright, what can I get started for you today? What burger do you want? I think that's very funny. Because again, like, how does that work in your head? Let's see. Here we go. Think that's looking pretty good. Then grab the hair. I want there to be like a good amount of warmth on this because this is a very like cool color palette, so I'm gonna make sure that the hair is very like warm toned. Then let's see. I want to go back to Philippines. I miss it there. I don't like the weather. Like, high-key, I don't like the weather. Because I can't stand humidity for the life of me. But I miss Philippines. Like, it's so cool there. I still need to fix a necklace that I got from there. The necklace is just like a little monkey's paw holding like a green orb. Very sinister looking. One time, or the night when I bought that necklace, or like, I bought it during the day, but like the dinner, we were at dinner with my family, and they were like, hey, don't let Ama see that, she's going to think it's cursed, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I got it at the top of a mountain in Cebu, which was really cool. I don't know if I still have pictures of tops or anything like that, but it was really cool up there. Johnny got a lizard, I got a monkey's paw, so that was pretty neat. I miss Philippines. I liked the food there a lot. We have our own version of paella there, which was really good. I remember that. There was also like some really good shrimp. There's this thing called puso. It's I believe it's rice wrapped in banana leaf or something. Coconut leaf maybe? And then like steamed like that. Like steamed in a little basket. So good. So good. Yeah, I had a lot of fun there. I miss it so much. Let's see. I don't know. I think the next time my parents offer, like, hey, do you want to go to Philippines with me or something? Because they go there to visit their family. I'll probably say, yeah. But, I don't know. Chances are I probably want to do it more with my dad more than I do my mom. I'm not gonna lie. I like hanging out with my dad's family way more. Like, not to play favorites, but I will play favorites. Probably, like, also, like, pay for my own data or something, because the last time I went to a foreign country and didn't have any service, had I not spoken a little sliver of Spanish, I think me and my mom would have been lost in Barcelona forever. So, probably like convince my parents on something like that if I do end up going. looking forward to it. Whenever I get to go again. I'll probably like post daily on like Twitter and be like, hey, look at this! One of the coolest little dudes there is called like a Tarsier. It's a little monkey. They look freaky, but it's kind of sad because like if there's like loud noises, they get super stressed out and they bang their head on the tree until they like unalive. It's so sad, but honestly kind of relatable. Let's see, 10 more minutes. Can I finish rendering highlights in 10 minutes? I don't think I can, but I can sure try. And that'll just put me like just ahead enough for like finishing this up tonight. Let's see, do a little squiggle. Bring that down actually. And then rim lights. I like how that looks. We might be able to. We might be able to actually. Yeah, there's not that much. There's not that much. This is easy. Easy finish. Kind of. I'll still add like rims, or rim lights, around like the rest of them, like in the opposite color of the thing. But yeah, no, this is like it's basically done by the time I finish all these highlights here. There we go. And then we get these accents. I guess just this one. I don't think I'm going to render it down here. Let's see. I hope it stays cool for the rest of the week. I'm not ready for summer still. I keep saying it, but it's true. The summers here are just bad. Oh, hello, Biba! Oh my god, we were talking about you like a couple minutes ago. Hey, Kira had a question about Rollick. I was doing yard work, but I'm finally free. Yippee! Oh my god, you brought 5 viewers with you. Oh my god, Biba. What's up? Yeah, Kira had a question about Rollick. She had asked, what kind of instrument would they play? So I know I said that Morgan, I can see Morgan playing like a violin or a cello. It's one of the two. I think I'm leaning more towards cello now that I think about it. What about Rollick? I said acoustic guitar because he gives me acoustic guitar vibes. Drums are acoustic, yeah. Real wavelength moment right there. I'm glad we are in sync on that. He just looks like that kind of fellow, you know? But yeah. I'm just about done with it. The only thing is I'm just gonna finish adding highlights to a lot of the thing, and then I'm gonna add rim lights in the opposite color, so I'll probably put like some sort of like greenish ones over here, some bluish ones over here. The pit crew unfortunately did not include a pants color, but I felt like purple was a pretty good option. That makes sense. Yeah, I do think the colors make a lot of sense. I love me a little storytelling through color kind of stuff. It's not exactly that, but you know, adjacent to that. Oops. Something like this. Yep. So this is almost done, so I'm excited. I'll have it ready by tomorrow for sure. Because I don't think I'm gonna get to rims today. Because I am very hungry, and I think Johnny will be home early because he's finally driving himself to school. My parents are finally letting him. They're such a fun duo. I'm so excited. I did mention Morgan as part of a team called the Scarecrows, right? Like they're gonna join a bounty hunting team. I focused on 2 other members of the Scarecrows yesterday in the D&D one-shot. Their names are Vince and Asha, and they are also romantically involved with each other, which is very, very funny. So I dove into a little bit of their backstory. Their backstory is different from Morgan's. Like, their whole reason for joining the Scarecrows is different. It's that both of them want, like, space apart from, like, their respective family houses. So they can see each other, because what it is that Vince is part of House Kirsin out in Imperium, which is an elven city, and Asha is the maid of House Apide. So she's like entirely devoutly loyal, fiercely loyal to House Apide. So she kind of doesn't really have a lot of space to like go off by herself, because she's busy, like, you know, taking care of things in the manor. And the thing with House Kirsin and House Apide is that they are kind of forming an alliance. I think I wanted that alliance to be revolved around, like, the production of rosin for a violin, for the bows of stringed instruments, basically. And, but that's besides the point. Point is that there's an alliance, so whenever Vince tries to go to visit House Apide, he's usually, like, accompanied by someone else in his family, looking to, like, make more, like, business sort of talk. So they don't have a lot of space to themselves. So there was, like, this entire convoluted scheme to give Asha, like an excuse to leave the manor to go see him. And I like to think, like, when they go see each other, they do talk about it, like, it just kind of sucks that they have, like, no privacy, essentially. So that's, like, 2 more of the Scarecrows. I think they have, like, a very fun dynamic too. Alright, that is highlights. So I have time to start rims, so I'll do that for the last few minutes here on stream. Let's see, we're gonna take this color. Probably won't go too heavy on them, just because, like, yeah, it's gonna be, I think what I need to do is I need to, I just need to, like, sprinkle it in there. It can't be too much, otherwise it's gonna be, like, distracting, you know, because there's no light source where it makes sense for this. So I'm just gonna, like, do it as, like sort of like an accent kind of thing. So, yeah, that's, like, 2 more of the Scarecrows. The leader's name is Ross. He's gonna approach Vince, I think, and then Vince is gonna be like, hey, I know this other person who's really good at, like, sort of espionage spy type of eavesdropping things. Can we get her on board with it? And that's how Asha and Vince are gonna join. And I know they're 2 Scarecrows that I know for sure are going to survive and not die at the end of the story, at the end of season 1 of the comic. I really gotta start, like, story drafting that and everything. It's not good that I have nothing for that yet. It's hard to open a comic, though. I think that's, like, what I'm struggling with. Like, how am I going to do this? But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we always do. Let's see, try not to go too strong on these yet. Maybe, like, one right here. I don't know. How are we feeling about that? I'm not sure I'm sold on it just yet. I mean, I think it's, like, good enough, right? Do we like it with it? Do we like with better or without? Like 1 or 2 here. 1, 2. Morgan looks so fucking cool. I love them. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love Morgan too. Still not entirely sold on their hair, but you know what? It felt kind of dumb to give them like a fringe over their eye when they're a ranger. It's like I think you need both eyes for that. Hmm. Yeah, I think we can leave it. I think it's fine. Won't add too much other than like a little like extra flair, you know? What's a little extra flair doing to anybody? Alright. We're just about wrapping up here too. Yeah, it's 2:30. So, let me just add one right here. Also, you gotta love the spades. I was like, I want to do like another like dot gradient, but I wasn't sure what shape to use. Then I saw the spades and like, what screams rivals with benefits more than the spades? I could always get a new haircut later as a plot thing. Oh yeah, I like that. Anyways, I think we'll definitely call it there because I'm very hungry, and I'm sure my parents want to go out to eat. Probably. But yeah, I'll get this done tonight. It'll be ready tomorrow. I'll put like a big text on it that says like rivals with benefits, and I hit the 3-hour mark. Yeah, unlike last week where it got so unbearably warm in my room and I didn't have an AC. AC is fixed now, by the way, or that unit is. So it's attached to my window, and if it gets warm again, I will be using it. But yeah, Thursday is probably gonna be the Hollow Knight stream. We'll be working towards a true ending on that, as planned. And then, of course, this week should be normal. This week should be normal. There's no shenanigans. I'm not sick. Just struggling to eat just a little bit, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We live and we learn. But yeah, so, thank you everyone who stopped by. It means the world to me that you stopped by this silly little live stream that I do, and I'm looking forward to doing this again as always, and I can't wait to see you guys again. Love you all, and bye.